on the red bus. Spasiba, spasiba. Thank you very much.
Okay, listen up. Here's your schedule. We check in at the hotel, study, dinner, study, and lights out. Tomorrow it's study, lunch, study, and then a reception where we meet the enemy. The day after that, we study, right up until the academic meet. All right, let's move it out, gang. Move it.
As we drive through Moscow, I'll be pointing out places of interest from my guidebook.
You got the architecture here. Where are you looking now?
On your right is a typical Russian building with a typical statue in front.
That's the poet, Mayakovsky.
That must be the Kremlin.
Not so fast. Let me check the guidebook. Yes. On your right, the Kremlin.
Dr. Samuels, can we stop and walk around?
You get a better view from the bus, trust me.
It's beautiful here.
Here we have the famous Bolshoi Theater.
Dr. Samuels, can we...
Forget it. They're probably out of town anyway.
Hey, Dr. Samuels, room service is complimentary, right?
Wrong, London.
It's the entrance to the Space Museum. Dr. Samuels, we gotta stop.
It looks closed. Our hotel, built by Stalin.
Scary times, politically and architecturally.
This is so great.
Okay, everybody, stick together. Let's have a light lunch and start cramming.
Excuse me, Dr. Samuels, but when are we actually going to get to see Moscow?
Yeah.
We just saw it, comrade. Let's go, team.
Come on, let's go.
Heat cannot flow from a cold body to a hot body without.
Are you guys still studying?
We've got today, tonight, tomorrow, and then the morning of the meet.
It won't be easy, but it's what we do best, right, guys?
Yeah, right.
Is that all you want out of this experience?
I gotta visit the Space Museum.
If I don't see my relatives, my mother's gonna kill me.
There's so many things that I want to do. I just don't know.
Where is Dr. Siemens?
He went back to his room to get more books.
Hi, come with me.
Dr. Samuels?
Dr. Samuels? Dr. Samuels, we need to talk. Listen, are you... Dr. Samuels, we only have 3 days in Moscow, and you've got these kids locked up in the hotel studying. What are you doing?
Shh. This place is bugged.
Bugged?
We're from a high school, not the Pentagon.
Microphone in here somewhere.
Really?
I just haven't found it yet.
I think you can relax, sir.
When are you two gonna grow up? These Russians will do anything to win.
Dr. Samuels, you are being a bit paranoid.
Oh, yeah? Look at this.
Ha! Who's paranoid now, huh?
Dr. Samuels, you have to give them one free day.
You know, for a while there, I was beginning to listen to you. But now, after finding this microphone...
Look at these wires. They play hardball. We play hardball.
You heard nothing, you saw nothing. Capiche?
Free day tomorrow?
3 days tomorrow.
It was the right thing to do.
Get out of here.
This is the most extraordinary building in Red Square, if not the world. I want to get a little closer. Come on.
Well, this is it. St. Basil's Cathedral. It was built for Ivan the Terrible. And historians tell us that when it was finished,
He liked it so much that just to make sure there would never be another one, he had the architects blinded.
I think they're all working for Donald Trump now. Anyway, after this, I'm going to check out the Kremlin, and then maybe Cathedral Square, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Anybody want to come along?
Mr. Moore, Sarah and I want to get started on our video.
Right.
You did say a free day.
That's right, and that's what it is. You're free to do whatever you want. I do want to remind you of 2 words.
Gostinnica Ugrina?
Those are the 2 words. That's the name of our hotel. Be there by 6 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Enjoy yourself. Thanks. Have fun.
So, I guess it's just you and me.
What do you want to do?
Let's go see how the other half lives.
The other half?
Come on.
Wow! I can't believe I'm standing in the middle of the actual Kremlin.
What good is it doing us, Arvid, huh? I mean, look around here. Would you just look around? Do you realize we could be making a fortune selling blue jeans and selling tapes of Ringo singing Octopus's Garden? God, a man without a mission.
You're a man who owes me $250. Whoa! Look at this prehistoric missile launcher.
Whoopee.
This cannon was the largest in history, built by the son of Ivan the Terrible, as a deterrent to his enemies. It was never fired. Wow, this is the H-bomb of the 1500s. Take me with it, okay?
Tourists. We've been reduced to being tourists. Smile. Hold it right there.
What?
Babe skis.
Babe skis.
Arvid, babe skis. Russian women, right over there. Would you look?
Hey, maybe they can tell us how to get to the Space Museum.
Arvid, could you think? Would you try to do that for me? Those are Russian women over there, okay? They've never seen a nerd before. Virgin territory.
Ah.
Excuse me. We are Amerikansky. Me, Dennis, him, Arvid.
How do you do? My name is Natasha. This is Sonia.
Oh, you guys speak English. That's great.
A little.
Do you know what a nerd is?
Nerd? No.
It's American slang for cool guy.
Oh, cool guy.
Hello. I'm an American student. I'd really like Mr. Gorbachev to autograph my book. Could you direct me to his office? Oh, thanks. Thanks. I'll ask somebody else.
This is nice, you know? You and me together.
Yeah, kind of romantic. Being so far away from home.
Well, what do you want to do first?
Well, I don't care in what order, but I want to go to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and then see where Tolstoy lived and put some flowers on Chekhov's grave.
Does anything interest you that also breathes?
I also want to go to where Gogol was buried. He wrote one of my favorite novels.
Dead
Souls, right.
Yeah. So could we maybe do something a little more exciting than watch grass grow on people's graves?
Eric, they were great artists.
I know. I love to read what they wrote, not what's on their tombstones.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Normal stuff.
You know, Eric, it wouldn't do you any harm to absorb a little culture.
Oh, so you think I'm a slob?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, Simone, I'm gonna call my relatives and pay them a visit. We're probably, like, gonna sit around and watch the A-Team in Russia.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, Eric. Why don't you go do that?
Okay, I will.
Okay, fine.
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 The changing of the guards at Lenin's tomb. Every hour on the hour. Every day of the year. Impressive. Yet to the Soviets who spend hours online here, an incredibly moving experience.
Cut. Not bad.
Can you believe this? A propaganda poster store.
Alan, please, don't go in there. I know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get aggravated, and you're gonna get into a fight.
I'm not even proud of it. It's incredible.
Alan! Alan!
This is completely unfair. Everything is written in Russian.
Alan, you're gonna get us arrested. I just know it.
How can we tell what myths they're spreading about us? Excuse me, what does that one say?
All power to the Soviets.
Tell me about it.
Okay, I will tell you. Who am I telling?
I'm Alan Pinkard, Young Americans for Freedom. I believe in free enterprise in the Republican Party, which someday I hope will nominate me to run for president.
Oh, my opposite number. I'm Peter Rybakov. I'm a Komsomol secretary in my school. And someday I hope to be chairman of the Supreme Soviet. Whatever you believe in, I don't.
First of all, I would like to congratulate you on your rudimentary knowledge of English.
And I would like to sympathize with you on your complete ignorance of Russian.
I guess they're talking about us. Do you think it's good?
Shh, shh, shh. Did you hear that?
What?
I distinctly heard Natasha say KGB.
They're gonna call the KGB? What did we do? We didn't do anything. We didn't touch them.
Not yet.
Yet?
You know, Arvid, sometimes I think you're a little bit slow. Those are Russian women.
I know that, Dennis.
Well, obviously they know we're American science prodigies. They would love to own us. Your space, I'm weapons research. Those girls are on a mission. They were probably sent here to pick us up.
Do you know how ridiculous that is? These are perfectly nice Russian girls who also happen to be very attractive.
Oh, yeah? And when was the last time two attractive girls like that tried to pick up on us?
Maybe they think we're sharp dressers.
They want information, Arvid. Would you grow up? Their mission is to have sex with us and then blackmail us for information.
Sex? Oh, God, how do we get out of it?
Get out of it?
Isn't this incredible, Mr. Moore? A real Russian high school.
It was a great idea, Janice. I've always been curious what they're like.
Well, there's no graffiti. That's a good start.
Yeah. Use a spray can, go to Siberia. I hope we're not intruding too much. I mean, coming off the street like this.
Oh, not at all. Our 10th form English class will be very glad to meet you.
10th form.
Yes.
Great.
Please.
All right. Yes.
Тамара Андреевна, разрешите вам представить наших гостей из Америки. Мистер Чарли Мор.
Тамара Белова.
Он учитель. И Дженнис Лазаротто, одна из его студенток.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Belova. Hello. Hello. We're from Fillmore High School in Manhattan, New York City. Am I going too fast? No. Well, we wanted to visit your high school, and we wanted to say hello.
Oh, if you can stay a few minutes, I'm sure my student would much rather practice their English by asking you about America than listen to me talk about transitive verbs, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Laura?
Ready? Yes! Yes!
Wow, I mean, it's a good thing you wore that Twisted Sister pin, or else I would have never noticed you.
Really?
No, not really. I never expected this.
What?
You're beautiful. This is definitely not the Russia I saw in National Geographic.
You're beautiful too. Are you looking forward to meeting the rest of the family?
No, I'm not in any rush.
Good. Because today everyone is working. Tomorrow would be better.
No. Tomorrow I can't. Tomorrow I have the meet.
But they're making a big party for you. Everyone will be there.
Well, maybe I can get away for just a little while.
They will be so happy.
Good. So what are we gonna do now?
If you like, I can show you a little bit of Moscow.
That's great. Are you sure that we're related?
Do the American people like to laugh at themselves?
What Russian national food is most popular in America?
Who will you vote for, Bush or Dukakis?
What Soviet films have you seen in America?
I want to ask you what Michael Jackson is doing now.
What problems of the young people do you have?
Would you like to see Gorbachev as the President of the United States?
In your opinion, which women are the most beautiful, American or Russian?
Well, when in Rome, I think in this case, Moscow, Russian women, definitely.
Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure, believe me.
Dennis, I'm worried. We have to get back for the reception.
We can be late.
No, we can't.
Listen, think of this as an ideological struggle. They want our minds, and if they gotta crawl over our bodies to get there, so be it.
What if you're wrong? What if they're just trying to be nice?
Oh, Arvid, please, this is no time to get soft on communism. Who do you think they're talking to over there on the phone? Their mother? They made contact and now they're checking in.
We have had a fun time with you. Is it possible to see you again tomorrow?
Oh, see, tomorrow's our academic.
We'd love to. Sounds great. Tomorrow, we're all yours.
Perfect. Is there anything special you'd like to see?
Well, I'd like to see the Space Museum.
Fine. We'll show you the Space Museum.
What about refuseniks?
What's about blacks?
Aha! Jesse Jackson was almost nominated for president.
Almost. Sounds good. Means nothing.
You know what you ought to try? Try having free elections.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for the good advice. Can you say that we don't need you to tell us how to run our country? Oh, I'm late.
Wait a minute, you're not walking out on me now.
Alan, we're late too. They're gonna be waiting for us.
Perhaps we will talk again.
When?
In 30 years. If you actually convince your people to elect you. Goodbye.
Remember, this is a reception just to say hello to the other side. Be courteous, but beware, they'll try to intimidate you. Especially since they've spent the day preparing for tomorrow's meet instead of traipsing all over town like a bunch of tourists.
Welcome, Americans. I am Anatoly Kirov, school administrator for the Moscow Central District. This is our team's coach, Vasily Namin. May I present Mr. Samuels?
Dr. Samuels.
Dr. Samuels.
Charmed.
Mr. Moore.
Hi.
Miss Mira.
How do you do?
Excuse me. I'm smitten.
Спасибо.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Moscow academic team.
You're on a team. It's going to be a piece of cake.
Eat borscht, Ivan.
Darlene, it's a whole new team.
Excuse me. This is not the team we played against in New York. These are all different kids.
Yes, you are right.
But where are the kids we played against in New York?
Unfortunately, none of them were good enough to make this team.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Черт возьми.
What does that mean?
Uh-oh.
I'm warm, Mom. I'm wearing my sweater. The nice orange one.
Arvid, great news. We're rich.
Not this time, Dennis.
Arvid.
Goodbye, Mom.
It's a science essay competition. We can split a $1,000 scholarship. Come on, I need your help.
No.
No?
No.
Arvid, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me is I'm still bleeding from the last science competition I helped you with. I did all the work and you took all the credit.
Don't you think I've lost a lot of sleep over that? That's why I want your help. This is my chance to make it up to you. Come on, Arvid. I want to do my essay on that Jean-Pierre Roche-Baboob guy.
What?
Right. The French physicist. You know his work on subatomic structure?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want me to do?
All of his work is in French. You took French, right, while I was sleeping through Spanish?
Yeah, well, Dennis, the only French I remember is soup du jour. If you want a French expert, you want Maria.
Maria.
Yeah, well, you probably won't be able to tear her away from Chuck.
Chuck?
Later, baby.
Later, stud muffin.
And I'm talking about you.
You.
New boyfriend?
Shut up.
Shut up. What did I say?
It's what you're about to say, Dennis. And I'm not interested in your opinion about Chuck.
Maria, I'm really hurt. I just wanted to tell you how happy I am to see how happy you are. And to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Morning.
Morning.
Good sweater.
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it, Dennis. Mr. Moore, is it okay if I'm a little bit late on my paper on Nelson Mandela?
Well, you're already a little bit late.
I know, but I have a chance to do a science project with Dennis. I mean, how often do male science freaks actually beg girls to help them out? I think it's some kind of breakthrough.
Well, just be sure it's not some kind of ripoff. Okay, since we finished our discussion yesterday about World War I, the war to end all wars, today we're going to start talking about World War II, the war to end that theory. But how do we really measure the cost of World War II?
22 million casualties. And the cost and property damage of more than $3 trillion.
And destruction throughout Africa, Europe, and Asia.
Yes, but I'm talking about the devastation of families, the division of nations. You know, it's not just winners and losers. Humanity suffers. I'm finished now, Alan, yes?
Okay, Mr. Moore, we all know war is hell. But why always emphasize the negative side?
Great. Why don't you give us a few pointers on the upbeat side of war, Alan?
Well, sure. I mean, World War II did give us a number of scientific and technological advances.
Yeah, and a lot of miniseries. So what's your point?
Now, what kind of scientific advances come out of war? Nuclear bombs? Swiss Army knives? Helen, we are facing the annihilation of 3 billion people. Studies show that within...
Hey, Mr. Moore. I got some author stuff here for you. Class isn't over yet, is it?
No, not quite, Chuck. If you want to spend the last few minutes with us, take a seat.
Cool.
So, Maria. Maria, you were talking about 3 billion people?
That's a lot of people, Mr. Moore.
Hey, don't forget that a war increases the demand for arms and munitions, which reduces unemployment. Maria?
That sounds good too, Alan.
So you agree with me?
Sure, why not? I mean, what do I know about war and icky things like that?
Icky.
Icky.
Maria, nuclear war is not icky. Sitting on a pudding pop is icky.
Yeah, he's right, Maria. One time I sat on a pudding pop when I was wearing my white jeans. Lucky for me, it was vanilla.
Nous Paderac, comme un trou dans une mer de tas d'énergie négative. You know, in French, even physics is beautiful.
So are snails. Just give me the English.
He's saying that the positron was the first antiparticle to be discovered. Dennis, do you realize what we can do with this?
Yeah, make a note of it. Keep going.
Its existence was foreseen by Dirac as a whole in a sea of states of negative energy. And
what?
You know, when Larry hit Curly in the face with another salami, I almost died laughing.
Did somebody hit your brain with the salami?
Chuck, hi.
Hey, baby.
Oh, Mr. Wizard.
Still yucking it up over last night, huh?
Oh, it was so special.
Excuse me. Are we talking protons and neutrons or morons?
What are you guys doing here anyway? Just like extra credit work or something?
It's a science
Oh, no. We were just talking, getting ready to go home.
Ah, well, you know, that's good. Because I gotta tell you, Maria, I think this egghead class here is taking up too much of your time.
Oh, no, it isn't really.
Egghead class?
Well, no offense, pal. But Maria can tell you, I am a laid-back kind of guy.
Ah.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. School is cool. It passes the time. But when you really think about it, Dennis, life is short. And can we be honest? We are on this planet to party.
I don't think Nietzsche could have said it better.
Who's that?
Just some kid in our biology class.
Oh, look, about our date. Pick me up at swim practice.
Oh, Chucky, I can't tonight.
What?
I have things to do.
Well, what things?
Well, you know, like girly things. I have to iron my hair and paint my nails, and I have to lay out the things for this weekend, you know.
Well, get them done, because this weekend is mine.
I know.
Later, baby. And I'm talking about you.
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 You. You.
Why are you acting dumb for that airhead?
He's a lot smarter than you think he is.
He's not smarter than egg salad. The only reason you're going out with that guy is because he's good looking.
Oh, come on, Dennis. Like you never went out with a girl because she was cute?
No. I've asked, but no, I've never actually.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. I come as a bearer of glad tidings.
Wow, my favorite kind.
Once again, our IHPers have proven to be winners. The New York City Science Commission has chosen as this year's entry to the National Essay Contest, Reconsidering Roche-Beaubois by Dennis Blunden.
All right!
Maria?
A member of the commission will be here in a few days to present the award at our assembly. Hey, wear a tie.
Around my neck?
Maria, tell him.
Carry on, Mr. Moore.
Well, Dennis, it appears you've done it again.
Dennis, you're a jerk.
Dennis, you left Maria's name off the paper, didn't you?
Hey, I did all the work. All she did was translate a little French.
Oh, right. A little French? I did all the French, Dennis. And I did a lot of the physics.
I knew you were going to do this when I recommended this.
Come on, why is everybody coming down on me? Nobody's even asked me my humanitarian motives.
Okay, you're a great humanitarian. Why did you do this?
I did it for her.
Oh.
Well, she's been going out of her way to try to make that dumb guy think she doesn't have a brain, and I knew that if her name appeared on a science essay, the guy'd go nuts. I did it to save your love life. And I'd do the same for any of you girls here.
Maria, you're not going to sit here and let him do this to you, are you? Come on, Maria, tell him.
Yeah.
Look, Maria, I don't quite know what you're doing here, but I want both you and Dennis to go to Dr. Samuels. Tell him you co-authored the essay and you both want your names on it. Go.
Boy, you try to do the right thing and look at what happens. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy.
Dennis, wait a minute. I don't want my name on that essay.
What?
If it means that much to him, let him have it. It might be the highlight of his life. I guess some of us have our priorities.
No apologies necessary.
So let me ask you another question. Let's say that you were an intelligent woman. You're an intelligent woman, just for argument's sake. Would you purposefully hide your intelligence in order to be with a man who was obviously not as smart as you were?
Charlie, how sweet. Are you asking me on a date?
What?
I'm kidding. Of course I wouldn't hide my intelligence. That'd be outrageous. I mean, this is the 1980s. If a man can't accept a woman for who she is, who needs him?
Right. I wish you could help me explain this to Maria Borges. I'm just not getting through to her.
Listen, Chuck, I was just wondering, what if, I don't know, I sort of entered a science competition? And what if I won?
What are you telling me? You entered some kind of science thing?
No, I'm just saying, what if?
Yeah, look, Maria, I don't know, but I'm getting a little worried here that you have more interest for your schoolwork than you do in the old Chuck dog here.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, well, you say that, but now you're talking about winning some kind of science thing?
I just thought it might be okay. But look, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, that's good, because I'll tell you what, I'm taking a lot of heat from my buddies for dating a brain. Hey. But I tell them, Maria isn't like those other eggheads. She's into normal stuff like the Stooges, and she can't get enough of them Rangers. Am I right? Huh? Oh, which reminds me about this weekend. Friday night, Rangers game.
Right.
Saturday, raging party. And Sunday, football all day. You got a problem with that, lady?
No, that sounds great.
Excuse us, kids.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Maria, do you have a minute?
Sure.
Later, baby. You.
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 Miss Mira and I wanted to talk with you for a minute.
Okay.
He's your new boyfriend? Chuck?
Yeah.
He's really cute.
I know, it's adorable, huh?
He's really adorable.
I know.
Miss Mira,
Yeah?
didn't you have something you wanted to say to Maria?
Yes, I did. Maria, don't neglect your studies. But on the other hand, don't neglect Chuck either.
Oh, I know.
Charlie, you didn't tell me she was going with Chuck. I mean, all the girls in the whole school think he's the prize catch. Even if I told Maria to dump him, she wouldn't. He's precious.
Well,
Mr. Moore, I know what you're gonna say.
good, because I don't.
You have to understand, this is more important to me. Chuck is the only real boyfriend I've ever had. With all the cheerleaders running around school, he picks me.
Well, I can understand that.
I know
but-
what you're gonna say, he's not a rocket scientist. You probably can't even spell scientist. But who cares? He cares about me. He likes me. He makes me feel good, and I don't want to do anything to change that. You probably already knew I was gonna say that.
Not exactly.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say talk to Chuck, right? I already tried talking to Chuck. He already made it clear that he doesn't want a girlfriend that's smarter than he is. So look, I appreciate all your advice. But really, my mind is made up.
Look, as long as you're in a listening mode, I'd like to say something else. I think you're letting Dennis walk all over you. Now, if you're willing to sell out, in this case, just to get somebody to like you, what are you going to give up the next time? I know that it's hard to find somebody you care for who cares for you. But you'll never know how someone truly feels about you if you're pretending to be someone else.
And for those students who saw that graffiti on the third-floor bathroom wall, if you call me, you will definitely not have a good time. And speaking of writing, I now wish to introduce one of the judges from this year's Intercity Science Essay Competition, Dr. Jacob Bartholomew.
Thank you, Dr. Samuels.
Babe, can you believe they're making us sit through this presentation?
This year's winner is an outstanding piece of work on the research of the French physicist Jean-Pierre Roche-Beaubois. Made all the more difficult because, first, our student had to translate all of Roche-Beaubois' writings from the original French before starting his analysis. And this brilliant student is your own Dennis Blunden. Mes félicitations, mon jeune ami.
At a moment like this, I'm truly at a loss for words. Saying a mere thank you can't come close to expressing the deep sense of pride and, yeah, I gotta say it, satisfaction I feel for being honored and recognized for all my hard work. I only hope that my translation of Beaubois did justice to his elegant French. But you know, when I think of the lonely hours, finding the insight, finding that special French word.
Yeah, like creep.
I think of other scientists, alone, late at night, staring at the blank page.
Alone?
What's going on here?
She's obviously flipping out. Nurse! Nurse!
Dr. Samuels, Dr. Bartholomew, I have a confession to make.
No, you don't. Sit down, Maria. You're acting like a nut.
I know it might be a little bit late, but I co-wrote that essay with Dennis.
What?
Can't you see she's hysterical?
I did all of the translations and most of the analysis.
Blunden, is this true?
Okay, maybe she helped me with a little of the French.
A little bit? Ask him to translate something. How about this, Dennis? Vous êtes un cochon voleur.
Who am I, Toulouse-Lautrec? I am a scientist.
Come on, Dennis, you know it's the truth.
You're a liar, Blunden. What does science mean to Dennis? Okay, I admit it. We're partners, all right? Are you happy?
Congratulations, Maria.
Thank you. I hope you're not mad at me. I was just so afraid to tell you.
No, come on, Maria. I'm real proud.
Really?
Yeah.
You are?
I mean, how can I be mad at someone who stood up for herself? Now sit down.
Thanks. I mean, I was praying that you'd understand.
Yeah, well, it's different now, you know?
What is?
Well, it's like I keep coming up with all these really great things for us to do on our dates, right? And you've been pretending like you're having fun, but deep down, you think they're dumb. So you must think I'm dumb.
No, I don't. So we're interested in different things. Chuck, I still really like being with you.
Man, I have never gone out with someone like you before. Look, I didn't want to admit to this, but now that everything's out in the open, I gotta tell you, I don't know if I can deal with all this.
You know, I have an idea. I'll go with you to a Three Stooges film, and you can come with me to the UN. It'll be great.
Look, Maria, you can't pretend to be any dumber than you are. And let's face it, I'm not getting any smarter. You know, so I think we should, you know. We can still be friends, though, right? Hmm?
Right.
Well, see ya.
Congratulations, Maria. How did it go with Chuck?
He says he wants to be friends.
Huh?
You ever notice when someone says that to you, Mr. Moore? They never speak to you again.
Well, I think you spoke up for yourself very nicely today.
You were right. If Chuck was gonna care about me, he had to know who I was. I guess he would have found out sooner or later, right? But I'm never gonna date again.
Look, Maria, you're very pretty and you're very smart. Now, somebody's bound to show up who appreciates that.
But not a stud muffin like Chuck. Mr. Moore, why is it that the cute ones always seem so dumb?
Well, imagine how George Bush felt when he was looking for a running mate. Listen, would you be willing to let a crumbling remnant of a slightly stale stud muffin buy you some lunch in the cafeteria?
That would be nice. Thank you.
And then I went into the operating theater and I viewed the liver being transplanted. I'm telling you, Darlene, this was the most incredible experience of my life.
Sarah, I think you're overdoing the research for this biology paper.
Oh, no. I'm not just doing it for the paper anymore. I'm gonna be a surgeon. Oh, Darlene, if only you'd been there, it was beautiful. The way he lifted up the spleen in order to clamp off the artery.
I guess you had to be there, Sarah.
Oh, you wanna see some pictures?
Darlene, you are such a wimp. I mean, it's just a picture of a... Excuse me, I have to use the bathroom.
How do I mate thee? Let me count the ways. Check.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Computer says rook takes queen. Nice try, Arvid, but nobody beats the chess monster program.
Well, you just met nobody. Chess monster, consider yourself check. Mated.
Man. Not bad, Arvid. Why can't you play that way for Coach Teresh?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a chess monster.
Well, I don't know what you're so scared of. You're the best player on the team.
Sure, he has a funny way of putting it. He calls me Jughead.
Well, you just beat a computer.
You play chess, Mr. Moore?
No, I know the basic moves, but that's really about all.
Mr. Moore, why don't you and Arvid play a game?
Oh, no, he'd clobber me. I mean, it wouldn't be any fun at all for Arvid.
Who cares? It'd be fun for us.
Yeah. Okay, Arvid, I'll meet you here come lunch hour. Okay, take your seats. And it's interesting, you know, I've been developing this theory about the Russian passion for chess, how it affects their political strategy. So maybe we could talk about that for this class period. And I think we will, since I'm in charge.
morning! Arvid! Did you dismember him yet?
Hey, come on, Janice. This is just a friendly game.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is, Arvid. Okay, everybody, the blended point spread is Mr. Moore plus a knight and 2 pawns. Do I have any takers?
No way. No, right, Dennis. Are you kidding? Arvid can't lose. Come on.
Okay.
Check.
Check? Weren't you supposed to say that, Arvid?
What's the matter, Arvid? I mean,
Hey, come on, guys. It's easily blocked.
Come on, Arvid. You want to move sometime this semester?
Yeah.
Relax and focus on it. Come on.
Check. Wow, you trapped my queen. I resign.
I don't believe it. He lost.
Great, Arvid. That was really impressive. Thanks.
Come on, let's get out of here. Hey, I think there's a belching contest in the cafeteria. You want to watch?
Sure.
You okay?
You crushed me.
You are upset.
No. There's no shame in losing to someone who's a truly brilliant chess player.
Not a brilliant chess player, Arvid. I happen to be reading a book on chess, and I memorized a classic trap, and that's really all that I know how to do.
You know, 3 months ago, I would have seen that knight 4 coming from across the room.
So what's different now?
I don't know. I just choke.
What's that like?
Well, it's like I hear this voice inside of me going, maybe that's the wrong move. And before you know it, I'm losing to guys like you. Sorry, Mr. Moore, I didn't...
It's okay, I understand. Have you thought about discussing this with Mr. Parrish?
Mr. Parrish, I mean, I've tried, but whenever I do, I just choke.
Mr. Moore! Mr. Moore, I challenged Coach Parrish to a chess match for you.
What?
I had to do it, Mr. Moore. It was a question of honor.
Dennis, you don't have any honor.
No. All I did was tell him what a great chess player you were. The guy went berserk. I'm telling you, Mr. Moore, he wants you.
Well, I don't want him.
Well, you got him. I'm not backing out now.
No, I'm backing out. You're telling him.
Oh, come on, Mr. Moore. Please don't do this to me. You beat Arvid. Arvid's terrific. You could demolish Coach Parrish.
Dennis, you're overlooking one small factor. I don't know anything about chess.
You don't?
No.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Moore. You're going to make me look like an idiot.
I'm here to help, Dennis. Morning.
Hi.
Ah, Mr. Parrish, good. Dennis Blendon just mentioned some nonsense about us having a chess.
Nonsense? What's that supposed to mean? You're too good for me.
No, Frank. It means I'm not good enough. So let's just forget the whole thing, okay?
Wait, I recognize this. This is the old weenie gambit. Check it out before you even start the game. That's typical, Moore. Chess is not a beauty contest. It's not how pretty a game is. It's who wins. Chess is war. You understand that?
Yes, chess master.
Defeat does not exist for the Fillmore chess team, does it?
No, chess master.
All right. After the Blitz game, I'll announce the team for the match against Bronx Science. And remember, your opponent is your enemy, not your friend. Mr. Moore, you want something?
Word with you when you have a minute.
Fine. Stick around. Maybe you'll pick up a few pointers. Okay, team, what do we study here?
Chess!
And how do we play chess?
Strikers, attack hard, show no mercy.
All right, let's warm up with Rui Lopez. White, pawn to king 4, advance.
Pawn to king 4, advance.
I can't hear you!
Pawn to king 4, advance.
Black, pawn to king 4, advance.
Pawn to king 4, advance.
White, king knight to bishop 3, develop.
Knight to bishop 3, develop.
All right, all right. Blitz game, start your clocks at 5 minutes. Okay? Go! Engen, watch your queen side. Your flank is vulnerable. A double pawn is a dead pawn. Double your rooks. Invade the 7th rank. Engen, you try that against Bronx Science and you are shark bait.
Check.
Simone, what are you doing with the pawn? Seize the initiative. You got a back rank mate. Finish him off. Mercy is for girls.
I am a girl.
Not in here, you're not, mister.
I resign.
You what? Don't you ever say those words in front of these brave chess players.
She's gonna win in one move.
You got time on your clock. Pick up your king and move it, mister.
Checkmate.
All right. Let it go for the throat, Big Red. I want you to replace Ingan on fourth board. How's that make you feel, Tiger?
I feel melancholy. Like the long withdrawing roar of the sea.
Say that again? No, don't.
I'm sorry, but I don't like the way you yelled at Arvid. I don't think I want to be on your chess team anymore. I know you hate the word, but I resign.
Well, that's too bad. She's got the talent, but she doesn't have the taste for blood.
Women.
Simone quit because of me.
Well, at least you're back to fourth board now.
All right, listen up. Here are the team assignments for the match. First board, Blunden. Second board, Lazzarato. Third board, Scarpese. Fourth board, Lee.
Lee? Excuse me, sir. Wasn't I next in line?
You ride the pine, Ingen.
Why?
Why? Because you are a loser.
Arvid.
All right, that's it. Hit the showers, you wood pushers. So, Mr. Moore, thought you backed out of the match. What are you here for, to back in?
What's the deal with you, Frank? I mean, ever since I came to Fillmore, all I get from you is a hard time. It's not really fair. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, right. Your job.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's supposed to mean I'm the one with the master's degree. What are you? You're a substitute teacher, an out-of-work actor, spear carrier.
Okay, so you got a master's, I got a spear. What's your point?
Well, here's the point. You end up teaching the geniuses in the IHP, and I'm stuck with a class full of car thieves. Please, don't talk to me about fair, okay? I am twice the historian you are, and I happen to be an excellent teacher.
Well, since I've been witnessing your excellent teaching techniques, I've seen one of your students quit the chess club and another run from the room in tears.
Hey, if chess is too tough for him, let him join the football team. This is how I coach. And so far, it seems to be working. Fillmore always has a winning team.
Yeah? Well, right now, Arvid Ingen does not look like a winner.
No, I really love Simone sometimes. You know, sometimes I hate her.
Arvid?
Mr. Moore.
You all right?
Oh, you know, sometimes when I'm upset, I talk to my picture of Einstein here.
Well, I'm not a Nobel Prize winner, but if you want to talk to an actual human being, you can try me.
There's nothing to do, Mr. Moore. I'm all washed up in chess. Mr. Towers is right. I'm a loser.
Not from my side of the board.
Well, you saw. I got beaten by Simone, by a girl who wouldn't even hurt a fly. In fact, I saw her help one once. I can't do anything right.
Arvid, I don't really enjoy standing here listening to you put yourself down. You are good at a lot of things, and chess is just one of them.
Like what?
Well, you're an excellent mathematician.
Sure, the crowd goes wild when I calculate the area of a trapezoid.
Arvid, you're more than intellectual abilities.
That's true. I am a sharp dresser.
Yeah, you're certainly unique.
See, but that's not enough, Mr. Moore. Chess was the one way I could get people to notice me. And now Mr. Towers has taken that away.
Maybe not. I'm going back in there. I'm going to challenge Mr. Tarish to a chess match.
Mr. Moore, that's crazy. You can't beat him.
I can win with your help.
Okay, Mr. Moore. I got the earphone all hooked up. You know, but I still don't think this whole thing's gonna work.
Now come on, Arvid. Some confidence, huh?
Right. Confidence.
Okay. Dennis, how you doing?
I got bars. We're all set.
Okay, now you remember, if anybody asks why you're videotaping, you just tell them it's for broadcast journalism class, right?
Right.
Okay. You are following the action here, you're monitoring it, you're transmitting all the right moves to me, okay?
Okay, I have confidence.
Good.
I have confidence this will never work. Mr. Moore, how about hand signals? Look, here's the chessboard. You have 8 rows and 8 columns. You use these 8 fingers. So, for instance, pawn to king 4 would be
Arvid, go white balance the HL79 and set the lights for 3200K.
I guess that would be simpler.
Well, if you're ready to go, Dennis, I guess I better get up to the match.
You know, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty shocked. I can't believe you're cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Mr. Moore, I'm Dennis Blunden. I know cheating. This is cheating. This is everything you've ever told me not to do, rolled into one big, beautiful scam.
Not true. I'm not doing this for money, and I'm going to tell Mr. Teresh what I did afterwards.
Well, then that would make it one big, beautiful, dumb scam.
True.
Well, what's really interesting is how a diseased liver can swell up. Imagine a gray jello mold big enough to serve 12.
Okay. You want to be a surgeon, Sarah. Doesn't mean you have to make us all sick.
This is all my fault. I mean, if I hadn't quit the chess team, none of this would have happened.
Come on, Simone. There's no reason for you to feel guilty. After Mr. Moore gets creamed, then you can feel guilty.
I don't know about this chess match, Miss Mira. Blood feud between teachers. It could get ugly.
Hey, Dr. Samuels, smile.
Let's get this thing over with.
Okay, Mr. Moore, let's try it out. If you can hear me, scratch your nose. Good, it works. Unless, of course, your nose is really itchy.
Mr. Teresh plays white.
It's gonna work.
Ready?
Yeah, I knew it. He's going for Rui Lopez, Mr. Moore. He wants an open game with lots of action. We play a closed game, the Caro-Can. He'll drive him up the wall, okay? Pawn to queen, bishop, 3.
On a queen bishop 3, you weenie. Come on in the center, Moore.
Okay, good. Pawn to queen 4.
Oh, the Caro-Can defense. Who do you think you are, Gary Kasparov?
No, I'm just Charlie Moore.
Pawn takes pawn.
Take the pawn?
You're talking to yourself, huh?
Okay, don't worry, Mr. Moore. I read Kasparov's book on the Caro-Can. Queen's bishop to bishop 4.
Have you read Kasparov's book on the Caro-Can? It's really fascinating. Bishop to bishop 4.
All right, Mr. Russian chess expert, probably a commie. Here we go. Down and dirty. A gambit variation.
I know this one.
Mr. Moore's up 2 pieces, but Teresh will never resign.
This is great. You're up 2 pieces. I mean, we're up 2. I'm up 2 pieces. I'm beating him, Mr. Moore. I am beating Coach Teresh. Sorry,
It is you. Hi, Arvid.
Tammy.
What are you doing in
No,
there?
I'm just fixing the janitor's TV set. You see? There we go. Divorce court.
I love divorce court.
No, you don't. I mean, it's so depressing. I mean, it'll undo all the work we did in peer counseling.
You know, those were some of the nicest hours of my life. I always liked the way you really listened to me.
What's wrong with Mr. Moore? He's running out of time.
Well, I feel it's only fair to warn you. This knight is about to take this pawn, and he's done it.
Blunder. Teresh won his night back. Since you're not my peer counselor anymore, would you like to go out with me sometime?
Go out? Sure. All right.
Okay, this rook is taking this bishop.
Thank you.
So, this bishop will take this pawn.
I love it when they die a slow death.
He's had it. I can't take the suspense.
You think you're nervous? Look at Arvid.
Rook to... No, knight to king's 8. Check.
All right, big deal. You checked me.
Queen to rook's 8. Check.
Now what?
He's got Mr. Moore's queen.
Rook to king's bishop 8. Checkmate.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Well, what's going on is that Arvid just beat you at chess by playing through this transmitter, and I just moved the pieces.
All right. Wait a minute. You beat me, Engen? That's impossible. You're a loser.
No, I'm not. I can play as well as anyone. As long as you didn't yell at me and intimidate me and hover over me like some vulture. I could be mistaken, Mr. Parrish.
No. Stand up for yourself. I like that. And I love that last night move. That was a killer. Yeah? Listen, Arvid, you need me to back off. I'll back off. Hell, I'll move to Jersey if it'll help you play a tournament like this.
Does this mean I'm back on 4th board?
No. You're on 1st board.
Great. Thank you, chess master.
Listen, Frank, I'm glad we're getting this straightened out.
Yeah, straightened out? What, are you trying to be funny? You humiliated me.
Well, it's maybe just a pointer I took from you.
What are you driving at?
Well, I didn't set out to humiliate you, Frank, but as long as you feel that's what I did, perhaps you can imagine how Arvid feels when you yell at him.
Hey, lots of kids respond to the way I coach.
Well, lots of them don't. Now, how many kids in your chess club have dropped out?
Okay, Mr. Chips, you tell me how you get the kids to pay attention, to do their best.
Well, you know, some of them are more sensitive than others, so you gotta understand each one as an individual.
Sensitivity, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you might be right. Well, if it works for a chump like you, it's worth a shot.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this, Frank. And thank you, Dr. Samuels, for spearheading this explosion of intra-faculty support.
So, are you and Mr. Terrace friends now?
Well, I don't know that I would call us friends, but I think we're starting to clear the air. Dr. Samuels, could I ask you a question? Why did you choose me rather than Frank Terrace to teach the IHP class?
Well, how can I say this without giving you a swelled head? The truth is because you're less of a jerk than he is. There, I said it.
Well, actually, Dr. Samuels, it's probably the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
maybe we could go to a concert or the ballet.
Yeah, dinner's fine.
Excuse me, what was that?
What was what?
You were looking at Vicky?
I wasn't looking at her. I was just saying hello.
Don't you think it's a little rude to be talking to someone when you're thinking about someone else, Alex? Eric?
Excuse me? What was that?
What was what?
You just called me Alex.
Oh, and I suppose you're going to read something into that.
Dennis, I have got the greatest idea for my biology project. I prove scientifically which came first, the chicken or the egg.
Obviously, it was the chicken.
No, it was the egg.
It was the chicken.
It was the egg.
Chicken.
Egg! Chicken! Will you listen to yourself? This is my science project, and you still have to one-up me. You're always trying to get in the last word.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Excuse me. It seems each of you thinks the other always has the last word.
That's right.
There you go.
Now, each of you has had the last word simultaneously. So the next one who speaks to the other loses.
Simone, can I talk to you for a second? Tell me if I'm out of line here, but would you like to go out Friday night?
Oh, Alex, that is so sweet. I'm so flattered.
Was that a yes?
No, Eric and I, well...
Hey, I understand. It's no, it's cool.
No! I mean, Eric and I go out, sure, but we're not exactly, you know. You know?
No, I don't know. Which is it?
I don't know.
In fact, by participating in our revolution, the French had virtually wiped out their finances, which became a leading factor in their own revolution. And so, with the help of this nifty little bibliography, I'd like, say, 1,500 words by Monday, comparing the two revolutions. Au revoir, mon ami.
Bye, Mr. Moore. Oh, come here.
Vicky, hi.
Oh, hi, Eric.
You know, I meant to tell you, that was a really brilliant analysis you did of Moby Dick for Mrs. Butler's class. I mean, Ahab symbolizing the intellect of man, challenging the primeval forces of nature, of the spiritual, of God itself.
Thanks. I also liked it because the fish won.
That too.
Mr. Moore, can I talk to you about something of a very personal nature?
Well, sure, Simone. You know, I'm always ready to listen to whatever it is that's bothering you,
Thanks, Mr. Moore.
as long as it has nothing to do with you and Eric. You know, I did vow not to be involved any longer in your relationship.
Yes, I remember.
So what was it you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, see, I have this friend, Kathy, and she's been dating this guy, Heathcliff. Well, there's another guy, Todd, and...
Goodbye, Simone.
Goodbye, Mr. Moore.
See you later.
See ya.
Vicky, you want to go out Friday night?
Sure, Alex, I'd love to.
You're gonna go out with him?
You got a problem with that?
No, but I was thinking about a possible date with you.
What about Simone?
You and Simone, of course.
Double date. That's so sweet. Bye.
That's very sweet. But I think Vicky and I will go out by ourselves Friday. Bye.
Hey, Mr. Moore, can I talk to you for a minute?
Simone, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Aristotle, can I ask your advice about something?
Me? You want my advice?
Sure, why not? I mean, you're new here. You can be objective, unemotional, unbiased, right?
Yeah, I can do that. Go, man, talk to me. Strip your soul bare, reach into your guts, rip them out, and throw them down in front of me.
Okay. Well, you know I've been going out with Simone for quite a while now, right?
Oh, I dig it already. A love story.
Yeah, and I like her. I really do. But lately, I don't know, I kind of feel tied down.
Ooh, man, some conflict. Oh, good. Come on, give me some more.
And then, you know, Vicky came along.
Ah, the other woman, a plot twist.
And I really want to go out with her, you know? But I don't know what to do.
It's like directing a scene, man. You gotta stare right into your belly and say, what is the truth? Because if you don't, truth will hunt you down and stab you like Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Terminator.
What are you talking about?
Go out with Vicky, fool!
That's good advice.
Right after you tell Simone the truth. Gotta be honest with her, right?
Right, yeah. Thanks.
Hi, Simone.
Hi, Alex. Alex? When you asked me out yesterday, were you serious?
Yeah.
Do you still want to?
What about you and Eric?
Oh, don't worry about Eric.
Hey, I just stopped worrying.
Great. If you like art, I'll show you my favorite place in the whole city.
That sounds like fun to me.
Okay, see you Friday night.
Friday night? I really want to go out with you, Simone, but,
It's me, isn't it? Oh, I'm so pushy and overbearing. I hate myself.
No, you're great, Simone. Look, we're on for Friday night, definitely. All right? Vicky, listen, about our date Friday night. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. See, my mother's sick. She's got the flu. I probably should stay home with her.
Of course, I understand. I have some herbs that might help. I could come over and make her a poultice.
That's very sweet, but no, really, you don't have to.
Then I'll chant for her.
Great. Thanks. I know that'll help.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, Vicky, hi.
Listen, I have some bad news.
What's the matter?
Alex can't go out with me.
Aw, shucks.
Yeah. His mom is sick. But I was wondering, would it be okay if I still tagged along with you and Simone on Friday night?
Well, sure, it'd be great for you to come along with us. Except, I don't think Simone can make it. But if you'd like to go out with me Friday night...
Simone won't mind?
Mind? Huh, Simone doesn't have a jealous bone in her whole body. But if it makes you feel uncomfortable, then we just won't mention it to her. Now, do you like art?
Sure.
Then I'm gonna take you to one of my most favorite places in this whole city.
I can't believe it. You have a date with Alex tonight. And it's okay with Eric?
Oh, well, I'm so excited I can hardly wait.
Till history class, huh? Yeah, I love it too. Well, better get going.
I can't. You have my books.
Told you to, I don't want to talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Great.
Never better.
Okay, let's do it. One last time. I hope. So, there's obviously been some tension between you two lately, is that correct?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good. What have you been fighting about? Deep down, you both really want to be together, right? Good. That's all you need to know. So, Eric, you have any plans for tonight?
No.
Just asking. Simone, how about you? Good. I've got it. Why don't you two go out together tonight and have a nice time, okay? Everybody happy? Good. Bye.
Boy, I would really love to go out with you tonight, Simone, but my mother's sick.
That's wonderful. You want to be with her. I hope she's okay.
Oh, yeah, nothing serious. But I'll call you.
No! I mean, I'm not going to be home. I was supposed to babysit for my nephew.
Your nephew? You don't have any brothers or sisters?
I met my neighbor's nephew. I just think of him as mine.
Oh, well, that's nice. Well, see ya.
See ya.
Sit down, boy. Sit down. It's come to my attention that you two boys are not speaking. Now, I want you to tell me why. Who wants to go first? Arvid? Dennis? Mr. Moore? Funny. Very funny. Well, I'll tell you, I'm just going to sit here and not say a word until somebody tells me what's going on.
Dr. Samuels, Nurse Sweeney's here for your shots. Is everything all right in here? Could you come back, Nurse Sweeney? I think they're praying.
There it is, Alex. This is it. It's my favorite painting.
It's beautiful.
Look at the reds. They're so striking, passionate.
Oh, yeah.
And the grace of the lines? He must have been totally consumed by the vision.
I know the feeling.
Come on. I want to show you the Jackson Pollock. It's in this room.
I think it's one of my most favorite paintings. Here it is. What do you think?
It's interesting. I don't usually care much for abstraction, but I like his color sense. It's really powerful, you know? Almost angry. I bet he ate a lot of meat.
You have a very interesting perspective on things. I like that.
And I like the way you listen to me. Like you take me seriously.
I do take you seriously. I mean, I've known a lot of girls, but you're nothing at all like...
Simone?
What?
Simone, look! Wait, where are you going?
Simone! Eric! What are you doing here?
What do you mean?
I thought you were babysitting.
I am. I brought my nephew, who's really my neighbor's nephew, to the museum for some culture. Right now, he's crawling around the Italian Renaissance room.
Oh, yeah, right. You expect me to believe that? Italian Renaissance?
Oceanic art? Well, what are you doing here? You said your mother was sick.
She is, and I'm very depressed about it. That's why I came here, to look at our painting.
Oh, Eric. Oh, I'm sorry about your mother and about doubting you, and I've done something just terrible. Please forgive me.
There you are. What's going on here?
I can explain.
Eric, what's going on here?
I can explain. See, Simone, why did you run away? Hey, what's going on here?
Alex, I can explain.
What is going on here?
Eric, I can explain.
Do you know what's going on here?
Yes, you lied to me. You told me your mother was sick.
I can explain. See?
Well, maybe she caught it from Eric's mother.
Oh, I can explain. Well, you should do some
I think
explaining.
I can
What are you doing?
All right, what is going on here?
He can explain. You better start explaining.
You
what you
told
mean.
them.
Hey.
And interestingly enough, on the very day that the Bastille was stormed, the King of France entered one word in his diary. Rien. Nothing. Why? Fact. He had a bad day hunting.
Give this to Darlene, to give to Aristotle, to give to Eric.
This is the last one, Simone. I'm trying to concentrate.
So am I. Let's have the notes.
Mr. Moore, we really don't want to embarrass our fellow classmates.
Fine, I'll do it. Feels like a paper drive. All right, here. I really care about you, Vicky. Love, Alex.
Sweet.
I really, really care about you, Simone. Love, Alex. I chanted for you last night, Alex. Don't be surprised if you get a boil. Vicky. Vicky, believe me, it wasn't my fault. Eric. Simone, believe me, it wasn't my... I think we know where Eric stands on this. Eric, you're a jerk. I hate your jacket. I hope your zippers rust. Simone. Chicken. Egg. Okay, folks, seriously, this is supposed to be a high school honors class and not a second grade class, okay? And Alex and Vicky, I'm really surprised at how quickly you've sunk to the level of Simone and Eric, whom I would like to see, hopefully for the last time in my life, in the hall now. I'd also like to clear up the chicken-egg argument by citing Aristotle, who pointed out that the chicken was an actual chicken, while the egg was a potential chicken. Therefore, since actuality precedes potentiality, it follows that the chicken must have come before the egg.
Aristotle, did you really say that?
You two do have a lot in common with Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI. Because of their dishonesty and their inability to face reality, they failed to notice that the world was crumbling around them. Now, of course, your world is smaller, but it's crumbling. In my classroom.
We're sorry we disrupted class, Mr. Moore. And I think I know what you're going to say. We should try and resolve our differences.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it another try.
Well, I'm not.
What?
Oh, look, Eric, you've been flirting with Vicky since the first day she walked into class. Now, obviously, you're trying to send some kind of signal to Simone, so why don't you just come out and say it?
Well...
Go on.
Simone, I guess the truth is, I want to go out with other girls.
Oh, Eric.
Oh, Simone, come on. I mean, you enjoy Alex flirting with you. You've done everything in response, short of drop your hanky.
Mr. Moore, now really.
Hey, come on. Just be honest.
Well, Eric, you were my first boyfriend. And you're wonderful. But after going out with Alex, I don't know how to say this.
It's okay. I think I understand.
I'm glad that I could bring you two apart.
Are you angry?
No, not at all. I'm just sorry I had to put you through all this.
Don't be. I'm not. Eric, we've had some really great times together. I can't even begin to tell you what you've meant to me. when I first met you, I was just a girl. I've grown so much with you. I guess we both have. Now it's just time to move on.
You know, it's funny, because now that this is all over, I feel like this huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
I know, me too.
And this is nothing at all how I thought this would feel.
I know.
I don't think you do. I feel sad.
I know.
Is it safe to come out?
Oh, yeah, we're fine, everybody. Thanks to Mr. Moore.
You mean you're back together?
No, we broke up.
Let me get this straight. Because of Mr. Moore and whatever he said to you, you guys are not gonna go out with each other?
That's right.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Oh, no. I did it for myself as much as for anyone. At least I'm finally out of the relationship repair business.
Well, this proves one thing. Chicken joke comes before the egg joke. Dennis, we have to talk. I mean, this silence is causing a rift in our friendship, and our friendship's more important to me than any silly bet, so what do you say?
You're right. You lose.
I think it's great that you like a guy, TJ. Which one is it? It's, I can't say. Oh, come on, TJ. Well, the really cute one. Eric? No, he's cute in an interesting sort of way. Alex? No, he's cute and interesting. He has weird hair, and he's someone who might actually go out with me. Arvid? No, it's Aristotle. Oh, good, because I was down to either him or the skinhead with the snake tattoo. Well, how do I get him to notice me? Oh, just go talk to him. Well, what do I say? Anything. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Aristotle!
Yes?
Where did you get a dumb name like Aristotle? What'd I say?
Hey. Hi. Okay, before we get started, I want to remind you that your essays are due before the end of the week.
Arvid, are you okay?
You all right, Arvid?
Arvid, are you all right?
What's the matter?
What? What?
You acting like somebody died or something.
Who died?
Someone in your family?
Your mom?
Your aunt. Uncle.
Your grandma?
Arvid, who died?
My dog!
Wow.
Hey, Arvid, about your dog.
Poor Einstein.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to tell you, I'm really sorry about him dying, and oh, what am I saying? I'm not sorry. That dog hated me.
He did not. Einstein loved you.
No, he loved my leg.
Listen, Arvid, we're all sorry about most of us are sorry about your dog. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Somebody tell me the Republican campaign slogan for 1928.
A chicken in every pot and 2 cars in every garage.
That's right. Somewhat ironic by the 1930s, though, since in 1932, the reporter who actually coined the phrase was broke and begging for money to support his wife and 3 children.
That's terrible.
That was the Depression.
And here comes the inflation.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. I hope I'm not disturbing anything important.
Oh, no, just a lesson I spent several hours preparing.
Yeah. As you know, tomorrow night is the first of 2 meets against Bronx Science. Needless to say, I want a clean sweep, so practice tonight is mandatory.
Okay, we'll be there.
Good. If we finish early, I will teach you the fine points of the Bronx cheer.
So, in the 1930s...
Excuse me, Charlie.
Are you the last interruption, or is there a line behind you?
I'm sorry. Sarah, could I talk to you for a minute? Sure.
Uh-oh. Bad news Bernadette strikes again.
Bad news Bernadette? She looks like good news to me.
Yeah, well, whenever she calls a kid out of class, it's trouble. For you, maybe, not for Sarah.
Yeah, what kind of trouble could Sarah be in?
Maybe Dr. Samuels has a new rule against perkiness.
Maybe she's the one who's been doing the happy face graffiti. So what'd she say?
Yeah, is everything all right?
You in trouble?
No, everything's fine.
Well, so what happened?
What happened?
My grandmother died. Oh, I mean, that's not fine. Of course, it's terrible. Well, I really did care about her. It's just that, well, she'd been sick as a dog.
Oh, Einstein was sick as a dog, too. Of course, he is a dog. Or was. He's dead, you know.
Arvid, we do know. Go ahead, Sarah.
Well, Mr. Moore, there's really not much more to say. I mean, I hardly ever saw her except on holidays. And, you know, every once in a while, I'd go over, I'd take her for a walk. And
I'd take her for a walk. Oh, that was my favorite part, except when Einstein would meet up with a cat and he started barking like...
Arvid, we're all sorry about your dog, but Sarah has just lost her grandmother.
You're right, Mr. Moore. First my dog and then her grandmother. They say they always go in threes. I wonder who's next.
You, if you don't quit whining about that dead mutt.
Dennis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Art. Don't cry. So, how did it happen?
The poor thing was chasing a boxer down Fifth Avenue.
Arvid, we're talking about her grandmother.
Oh.
Sarah, if there is anything that we can do.
Oh, no, Mr. Moore, I'm fine, really.
Sarah, if it makes you feel any better, I'm a firm believer in reincarnation. I mean, right now, your grandmother could be anything. A flower, an aardvark, who knows, maybe even that fly.
Whoops. Now she's an aardvark again.
Would you people show a little sensitivity to Sarah's feelings?
Yeah, I met Sarah's grandmother. She was a really nice lady. I'm sorry, Sarah.
Oh, thanks, but it's okay, everybody. Look, I got through my mother's death when I was just a little kid, and believe me, this one will be no big deal. Oh, that sounds awful, doesn't it? I mean, I really am sorry that it happened. It's just that, really, you guys, I really didn't know her all that well.
I hope you're not doing the eulogy.
I think I can understand how Sarah feels. Now, what do we really know about our grandparents, anyway? Every year, there's a couple of dollars stuck into a birthday card.
Yeah.
And they all have a tendency to leave hard candy on the coffee table.
Yeah, that's her.
But what do we really know about their lives? I mean, they are the best source of living history that we have. Listen, for tomorrow, I want you to investigate the lives of your grandparents during the Depression and be prepared to deliver an oral report tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay, see you then.
Later, Mr. Moore.
Yeah, have a good day.
Bye, Mr. Moore.
Sarah. Listen, in view of the situation with your grandmother, you don't have to deliver your report tomorrow, okay?
Why?
Well, it seems like you don't really want to talk about her.
Look, Mr. Moore, I'm fine, really.
Mr. Moore, even though I too have suffered a loss, I'd be happy to do the assignment.
TJ, if you want to attract a man, you've got to dress more femininely.
You got a problem with what I'm wearing, lady?
Well, it's fine if you're planning a career in pest control. Here's what you do. You start with an Anne Klein silk blouse, maybe a cashmere sweater. Pringle makes a nice line. Liz Claiborne's doing some interesting things with pleated skirts this season. And you finish it off with a pair of Papagallo flats. By the way, who's the guy?
Aristotle.
What you're wearing will be fine.
Hi, Sarah. I brought you this book I think will help you get through this difficult time. How to Turn a Personal Loss into Capital Gains.
I'm really touched, Alan, and so are you.
Sarah, are you sure there's nothing we can do to help?
I am fine, and I'd be a lot better off if everybody would just stop being so nice to me.
TJ, what the heck happened to you?
Hey, that looks funky fresh. What are you doing Saturday night?
Nothing.
Cool. Can I borrow one of those earrings?
Engen, why weren't you at practice last night?
Mr. Moore said it would be okay if I went home.
You told him he could skip practice.
May I speak to you? I think you should know that Arvid was in no condition to practice last night.
Huh?
There's been a death.
Someone close?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, why didn't you tell me so? Stand aside, Mr. Moore. This takes training and sensitivity. Engen, get over here. You know, I almost went into psychiatry.
I could recommend several doctors.
Son, I understand you lost someone close. Known him a long time?
We were potty trained together.
Must have been very hard on the family.
Actually, it was hardest on me. My mother was really sick of him chewing the furniture, and Dad was really tired of him sniffing our guests.
Kind of friend we talking about here?
My dog.
You mean to tell me you missed practice over some mangy mongrel?
Nice technique, Dr. Samuels. Took my therapist about 3 months to get me to cry.
Great. Sarah's going to her grandmother's funeral. My star player's a basket case. We've lost.
Oh, don't worry, Dr. Samuels. I'm not going to the funeral.
What? That's the school spirit. Yo, team. Carry on.
You're not going to your own grandmother's funeral?
Well, I don't think I should miss the academic meet.
Wow, that's cold. No, Sarah, you let us worry about the meet. You should go to the funeral.
No, I don't believe in funerals.
Sarah, it's your grandmother.
Okay, you're right. My grandmother died, and I'm not going to the funeral, and I'm not crying, and I'm a horrible person. Now, can we please get on with the class?
Dennis, good news. I think I'm finally over my grief.
A little late. We already lost the academic meet.
I know, I just couldn't stop thinking about my dog.
Yeah, tell me about it. The sequel to Tom Sawyer's Huckleberry Finn, not Huckleberry Hound.
Dennis, I'll make up for tomorrow night at the rematch. But I think I have the whole thing under control. Einstein may be dead, but that doesn't mean I can't be near him. I've got his ashes.
You know, I think you may have something here, Arv. Add a little hot water. Cup-o-dog.
Stay.
So, the idea of teaching entrepreneurship really sounds interesting, and I think we should discuss it further at a faculty meeting, Ms. Beard.
Mr. Moore, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry about my outburst on Friday.
It's okay. It's natural that you have a lot of emotions now, Sarah. It's good that you express them. You know, probably makes you feel better.
Well, actually, it made me feel even worse. My father came back from the funeral and he brought me this. My grandmother wanted me to have this locket. It means that she was thinking about me while she was dying, and I didn't do anything. I didn't go to see her, and I couldn't go to her funeral.
You couldn't?
Okay, I wouldn't. I told you, Mr. Moore, I don't believe in funerals.
You really do look like your grandmother.
I know. It's like looking in a mirror. You know, I remember her telling me once when I was a little girl that I'd grow up to look just like her.
Well, I bet you have a lot more in common besides looks. I think you should talk to your father. You know, he probably has a lot of stories about her.
What's the point, Mr. Moore? It's too late.
It's not too late to sort out your feelings.
And what's really interesting about my grandpa is he's a vegetarian just like me. And today he's still alive, spry, and he has all his faculties.
How old is he?
57.
It's amazing. Well, I suppose we can all see.
Okay, huddle up, team. Tonight's our rematch with Bronx Science. Last week they kicked our cans, but they had the home court advantage.
Right.
This time they're going to be on our floor. In front of our crowds. With our referee. If you get my drift. Arvid, you are over this dog thing, aren't you?
Yes, Dr. Samuels, I am.
What's in there?
My dog.
Oh, Mr. Moore, I'm sorry I'm late.
I hope that's not a grandmother.
Mr. Moore? Mr. Moore, you were right. I found out about my grandmother. I'm ready to do my report now.
Good. Let's go.
This was my grandmother, Clara Nevins. She turned out to be a lot more than just a little old lady. I found out that she lost her first baby. Back then, the infant mortality rate in Harlem was much higher than in any place else in the city. So my grandmother, she decided to devote her life to improving medical care for babies. So she worked 3 jobs, and she put herself through medical school. Then, in 1937, she became pregnant again, and this time she had proper medical attention, and she gave birth to a healthy baby boy, my father. And, you know, as my father was talking, Mr. Moore, I remembered how when I would get sick, my father, he'd call my grandmother, and she'd come over, and she'd take care of me, and she could answer all my questions. In a lot of ways, I owe my dreams of becoming a doctor to my grandmother.
It's very nice. You, feel better?
Well, Mr. Moore, I feel even worse now because I know what a wonderful person she was. It's too late. I'll never see her again.
There's always channeling.
Save it, Vicky.
Maybe I should have gone to the funeral.
Sarah, it's okay. I mean, I never understood the point of funerals anyway, you know?
You know, a lot of people feel like Alex does. I mean, there are people who do not want a funeral after they die. But funerals are not for the dead, they're for the living. Every culture has its own burial rituals, from the pyramids of Egypt to Viking funeral pyres to Irish wakes. It's a way of saying goodbye.
Absolutely right, Mr. Moore. We'll have a funeral for Einstein.
Oh, no, come on,
No, really. I'll rent a chapel, get a minister, an organist.
Oh, let's just get a dustbuster and get it over with quick.
Seriously, we could do it right here after school, you know, before the academic meeting.
Thanks, Mr. Moore. That's great. See you later, Mr. Moore. Hey, it'll be nice.
Oh, come on, Mr. Moore. We're not really gonna have a dog funeral, are we?
Well, look, Arvid is obviously having trouble getting over this, so maybe a funeral would help. If nothing else, it gives you a chance to show him that you do really care about him.
Thank you for coming.
I bet this would look pretty weird to an outside observer.
This looks pretty weird to an inside observer.
Thank you for coming, Dennis.
This is for you, not the deceased.
Looks very nice, Arvid.
Thanks, Mr. Moore. No, I wanted it to be solemn, but not somber.
Well, we're all gathered here to mourn the loss and celebrate the life of Einstein Ingen. For 14 years, Arvid's good friend and companion. Why don't you take over from here, Arvid?
Yes, right. Before I begin my eulogy, I'd like to begin by showing a few slides to commemorate Einstein. First.
When I was a lad, an old chap was a bud.
This is Einstein chewing his very first pocket protector. This is Einstein with Dennis. This is Einstein with my grandparents. We used to take him with us whenever we would visit. This is Einstein on the beach. The other, Einstein in the bathtub. This is playing frisbee together. I never could catch it in my mouth like he did. Kept bouncing off my retainer. This is the two of us together just last month. I know that to a lot of you, Einstein was just a dog, but he was a lot more than that to me. He was a living soul who brought happiness to everyone he touched. We shared a lot together. I wish I could have had more time with him.
Arvid, that was really beautiful.
It's very good, Arvid. Very nice. Dennis, you want to get the lights? It was very nice. So, would anyone else like to say anything? Sarah?
Well, Arvid, I'm really sorry about Einstein.
Thank you, Sarah.
The last funeral that I went to was for my mother, and I was just a little girl. And I promised myself that I'd never go through that again because it hurt too much. And I guess that's why I didn't go to my grandmother's. Arvid, I know that this was for your dog, but to tell you the truth, the whole time I was thinking about her. Arvid, I feel like I have been to her funeral now. I know, it's weird, huh? To pay your last respects for somebody at a service for a terrier. If my grandma's watching, I wonder what she thinks.
Well, Chances are your grandmother was a very wise woman, and she saw a lot. I'm sure she'd see the humor in this.
You're right. It's funny, isn't it? It's very funny.
It is. Arvid, we can't bring Einstein back, and we all know how you feel. So we wanted you to have this.
Oh, thanks, Dennis. Oh, thanks, everybody. Oh, you're so cute. Yes, you are.
You know, if you don't want to go out with me, why don't you just say so instead of leading me on?
TJ, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, go ahead. Play with my emotions.
What are you saying? You want to go out with me or something?
You know, you're really pushing it, buddy.
Why don't you just drop a few hints?
Hints? I tried to strike up a conversation with you. I pranced around in a really killer outfit for you. I played harder to get than Rubik's Cube. I've been in your face for the last week.
Then why didn't you just ask me out?
I'm shy.